It's always a party at Patchworks. Let's get this party started. Woot, woot. Hi, everyone. This is Julie from Patchworks, and I am so excited that you're joining us for another Must Sew TV tonight here at Patchworks. So we are in the store here on September 1st. I have Frank behind the cameras, Tammy behind the computers. We have lots of beautiful fabric to share with you. And I'm so happy that you're joining us today. Make sure to join us every Thursday at 7 p.m. where we show you all sorts of great, exciting things. And because we're live, please feel free to comment and ask questions, and Tammy will forward them on to me so that I can talk to you directly since we're right here with you tonight. And as always, if you're not able to catch the whole program, we do save this content. The easiest way to view it is to go back on our YouTube channel. Make sure you hit subscribe, and then you can binge watch me for hours on end. So today we're talking about our FreeSpirit Club, and in our FreeSpirit Club we share some new fabric arrivals, and all of our club members receive 12 fabrics every single month. They can either receive it in the fat eighth or fat quarter size. So those are great stash builders or great kit builders. Now this month we're talking about things that are all black and white. And so Frank, let's take a peek below and see what fabrics we have today. So we have two different sets to share with you. We were going to have three, but we're still waiting on the black and white 10 stripe from Tula Pink. So the black and white with a titch of color from Line Work will be presented in an upcoming month. So here we have the Cave inspired with a little bit extra pack here. And so we just have really beautiful dots and stripes and swirls and onion rings and all sorts of really great things. I think this is a Tim Holtz plaid in there. And then this one here is just a blend of all sorts of really amazing FreeSpirit fabrics. And so I love here, you can see that we have some really great low volume text here. And then we have some Corey Dentini, Philip Jacobs, some E-Bond, just all sorts of really great textures. Of course, you're probably going to want to collect them all. So you are more than able to buy one or all of them, whether you are a club member or not. And standalone price is $24.99 for the fat eighth pack and $44.99 for the fat quarter pack. So today we're going to be talking about a project that is available from the FreeSpirit website, and that's called Retro Hearts. Now it features the Line Work fabrics, and so we are going to show you a block made in a different cave, black and white, but you can definitely imagine it done in a Line Work or any other fabrics that you choose. So we're going to be talking about how to construct this, how to do some fussy cutting in there, and some basic assembly. So let me go and grab my little step outs here for you. And so let's look overhead. And the pattern that we have here is called Retro Hearts. And I have it printed out in black and white while it is a black and white pattern. And I think Tammy is including a link for you so everyone at home can absolutely download it on your own. Now, the one thing in this image is that these must have all been computer rendered or digitally rendered because you can't see any piecing. So while you absolutely can do some wallpapering, this wallpapering would be pretty extensive, and likely it just has some computer rendering to make it be perfect, perfect, perfect. But I think that the way that this block is constructed is a little bit different from how I'm accustomed to see this shape, and I thought it was a very interesting discussion. So these blocks are set on point, and this is a finished block. So the way that it is constructed is that one fat quarter will yield one heart and a little bit extra. This block finishes at 12-inch finished, and when it's set on point, it looks a little bit different. As this full-size piece here, if you were to make all of these different hearts and make it just as shown, it's a 77-inch square quilt, and you could make as many or as few as you'd like. If you set them on point and you had 12 of them, you could do a 3x4 set, or you could set them staggered and do something 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You could do something like that. So all sorts of other options of how you can play with that. So with 12 fat quarters, you could not make this whole thing. Just wanted to, full disclosure, sometimes what we like to show you is just some really great inspiration. So now I'm going to pull up and share with you how to cut this block. So I have a fat quarter that I pressed, and this beautiful Tula solid that I have used as my contrast instead of a white, I thought was really fun. And I'll share with you my color inspiration for that in a moment. So I have a fat quarter here, okay, that I've pressed and starched. And what I'm going to do first, because I need some 14-inch strips, so I'm actually going to cut 14 inches from that. So how I like to do this is I fold it in half, and since I'm going to be cutting this way, I'm lining up my selvages just like that. I'm going to make my straight cut first, so I'm going to line up my strip cutting ruler here with the perpendicular on the fold, and I'm going to make that first cut. Then I'm going to flip this around, and this is a handy dandy trick that I want to share with you that makes some of your heads explode, I know, whenever I show this to you, but it is important because I always say you can cut with just these rulers and you don't need other squares or anything like that. So I need to cut 14 inches. And how big is this ruler? How wide is it? It is 6.5. Oh dear, there's math. She said there'd be no math. I never said that, just so that we know. Okay, so how are we going to do this? Well, if this is 6.5, and I have two of them, 6.5 and 6.5 is what? 13. So then I need 1 more inch. Okay, so I'm going to line this up with my 1 inch. Okay, do you see that? And then I'm going to put this one on, and then I'm going to put this one on, making sure that my perpendiculars lined up. Now, I don't have to hold onto all of these when I'm cutting. And I love, 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 love this method because it's the least amount of acrylic on the least amount of fabric. And so I don't need to worry about what's happening over there. All I need to do is make my cut. Da-da-da, just like that. Voila. All right, so I have that base cut. Before I move this, I need to make a second cut, and that I believe is 5 3/8. Another reason why I love, love, love this ruler is that it has the 1/8 marks as dashed lines, which is just fabulous. So 5 3/8 is right before the 1/2 inch mark. So I'm lining it up on the 5 3/8 and the perpendicular right there. And I am going to cut my strip. Okay. Just because I'm right here, I'm going to finish. I need to cut a square, 2 squares if I was making 2 hearts. So I'm just going to leave it layered and cut 2 squares because it's here. So I'm going to make a straight cut. I lined up on the perpendicular there, and then I'm rotating it around and cutting here, 5 3/8. And for this exact unit, this has me cut it on the diagonal. So I'm going to line up this 45-degree line on the base of this square. Okay, so that this is lined up point to point. And then I can cut. Da-da-da. I do like to pre-starch my fabric, especially when I'm going to be cutting on the bias. I'm going to set that aside for later. Now I am going to cut my 14-inch strip. So I'm layering this out here, 14 inches here. Going to line up my perpendicular, make a straight cut. I'm going to open this up here. I need a 7-inch strip. Not 7, it's more than 6.5. What does that mean? That means I'm going to add a 1/2 inch. So I'm going to line up a 1/2 inch on my outside here. And then I'm going to put my 6.5 inch ruler right there. Line it up at the bottom, hold it, cut it. And then my next strip that I need to cut is, dun 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 dun, I should know this. It is 4 3/4. Oh good, we only need 1 ruler for that. I know you are happy. So 4 3/4, can line it up at the perpendicular as well, and make my straight cut. So why on earth are we making a heart with 3 pieces of fabric? Well, I don't know. But one of the things is that if we are going to be using a vertically pieced, can you see all of this in the frame, Frank? Can you see it? I mean, is it, scooch it up a little bit? Okay, so I'm just going to finish this thought and then we'll go to a question. So you can see here that this and this go together, right? And the reason why potentially we would be cutting it this way is that since we're going to be going on point, so many of the other it might be twisted this way. So we need to just come this way, perhaps. What is our question?
How do you starch your fabric?
How do I starch my fabric? Well, I starch my fabric, and are we looking down or are we looking at, I'm going to get my starch. So I am walking and talking here. So I like, there's a billion different ways to do it. I happen to use the June Taylor's Quilter Starch Savvy, which is this product right here. It's a clear starch alternative. I really like it. It doesn't flake, and it's fragrance free and color free. While I like some of those other liquids that spray, one of the things that I'm worried about, especially with light colored fabric, is if it has a beautiful purple color and a lilac scent to it or something, what does that do to my fabric? Okay, because I don't want to change the color of my beautiful white fabric. I just want it to be clear. So what I do is I take all the fabrics that I want to starch. So let's say I have 12 fabrics. So I open it up and I spray, 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 spray. I layer on my next fabric. Spray, 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 spray. Layer on my fabric through all 12, okay? Then I go and have a cup of coffee. The best way these products work is if they're able to saturate into the yarns, okay? If we go ahead and we spray and immediately press, while that will have some effect with being able to, maybe shrink up the fabric or different things like that, you aren't going to be able to take full advantage of it helping with the stiffening of your fabric, okay? So by starching your fabrics, you do two things, or three things actually. So you are stiffening your fabric. You are, if you don't pre-wash, you will be shrinking the fabric. You're also going to be testing the color fastness of it, okay? So, and you're pausing before you go ahead and press the fabric, because you want to make sure that that starch can saturate into the fibers so that it can do the most amount of good and make your fabric as stiff as possible. It was a really long answer, but did that answer your question?
Yep.
Okay.
Next question is, does it come in a refill?
So the next question is, does this particular product come in a refill? At the moment, it does not. As we all know, shipping costs have changed exponentially, and shipping gallons of water around the country is incredibly expensive. So currently, this is available in this amazing 16-ounce spray bottle, and if you've never used a spray bottle, it is really great handle. So that is what is available at the moment. In the past, there has been refills. There may be refills available in the future, but for the moment, it is this 16-ounce bottle. Any other questions?
Do you starch all of your projects?
So yes, I love my starch. I drink it for breakfast. So I would be a great person to be using and consuming gallons of starch. So that is, this is value priced at $7.49 for one of these spray bottles though. So it really is cost effective in comparison to some of the other products that are out there. I love it because it helps you when you're working with fabric, especially when you're working with fabric on the bias. It helps keep everything just nice and intact and helps prevent it from stretching. It makes your fabric behave a little bit more like paper. And especially when we're making samples, sometimes we are not sometimes. Truth be told, I'm not pre-washing my fabrics when I'm making samples. I know, I tell you, you need to wash your fabric. But when we're making our samples, a lot of times we're going quick, or we're starting from pre-cuts, and you never pre-wash pre-cuts, okay? And so that is where starting with your starch is really helpful. Other questions? That's it for the moment. All right.
Okay,
Little starch lesson, little cutting lesson. All right, so now we're going to continue building this heart. And Frank, let's look down below. So we have our little triangle units. We have our strip. Now we have our rectangle, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to turn this rectangle into a triangle. So you could do it if you had giant connector corners on the bottom, but the fabric design or pattern designer decided, you know what, let's be a little bit more efficient with our fabric use. So we are going to turn this into a triangle. And so by doing that, you can either use a rather complex method of taking a 10-inch gridded ruler and cutting off the point at the 9 7/8 mark, or you simply take your Big Daddy ruler, and I'm just going to rotate this so that it's natural for cutting. Okay, we're going to take this, we're going to take that 45-degree mark. We are going to line up the 45-degree mark with the point and the center. Okay, and then we're going to cut it off. And you have a bonus triangle, and then you can take your ruler and either do the same thing, or you can line up on the perpendicular and it magically is going to hit that point and the point here at the end. And you have another bonus triangle that you can do something else with. Okay, so these two you're going to take off. And so then what we're going to do Actually, we're not doing connector corners because why? This is on point. What am I thinking? I'm talking crazy talk. All right, so to finish connecting this, and I'm probably off the screen now, to finish this, I need to put stuff here. So I can push it towards Frank. Okay, very good. All right, so a little more. So we are going to take from our bonus fabric, we cut a 5-inch strip, that we cut a 5-inch square that we're going to be using here. And then we cut a square that is 3 3/8. I know you love these fractions. And then I'm just going to attach them here. Now it looks kind of weird because, well, it just does. As we're putting it on, what's going to happen is that this is going to magically be the size that we need when we attach the next size to it. So I really haven't constructed anything quite in this manner, but you know, it actually worked, so yay. So we are going to attach these here and here, open it up, and then up here, you could either leave it a pointy heart, or you're going to take 2-inch squares, and here we're going to do a connector. So you can mark them either by going like this or using your ruler, your quick quarter ruler. You're going to sew here, press up, sew here, and press up. Connect this to this, this to this, this to this, and this to this, and you end up with this amazing 12.5-inch unit. Now this 12.5-inch unit, it says trim to 12.5. The only thing you're really trimming off is some little tails, okay? Otherwise, this was the size that we needed it to be, which was pretty fabulous, and I totally didn't believe it as I was making it. And so then to finish this as set in the quilt, you are inserting some sashing, and here they have cornerstones that are the fussy cut pom-pom dot from the tent, or from the Tula Pink All-Star Basic Collection. So there you have it. That is our fun heart project for today. Any questions on that? All right, so that is the Retro Heart Pattern Block Inspiration. I hope you enjoyed it. We will have the line work 12-pack available. I will just present that in our October as another October offering for you. So if you had wanted, if you didn't like one of these black and white options of the two that we showed you, please feel free to shop the FreeSpirit buffet. We have another CAFE shipment on the way, and Frank, that CAFE shipment is in transit, right? How many bolts are in that transit? Ish. About 30 so CAFE or something is in transit, so that's super exciting. 30 is a good number. So it's not 80, and it's more than 2, less than 80, so we'll just say 30. But that's going to be really fun, so we'll be able to share some of that with you. Now, I might have, or not I might have, I did share with you along the way, we had done some social posts about the arrival of the Deja Vu by Tula, and that has been super, super popular. So it is this tight little collection, and let me just share with you what it is, and it has been, oh, crazy popular. So Frank, let's look overhead. So this is the manufacturer pre-cut, and the manufacturer pre-cut, we have a few of these left. It is what they're calling their fat stack, but it's not our fat stack. So we have a fat quarter of the scallops. This one we are sold out of on the bolt. It has a fat quarter of this particular one, which is really fun. A fat quarter of the, I call it the pirate teardrop, but that's not what it is. I should have these names all down. We have this on the bolt. Fat quarter of this one. We still have this one on the bolt. Fat quarter of this guy. And this one. And then we have two focal pieces. And Frank, can you spot ahead on the wall? This one is still on the wall, right? Top shelf? In the corner? Yes. Okay, so this one, which is a yard, this one is still available on the bolt. But sadly, the cameo piece is also only available in this pre-cut. But you do get a gorgeous yard of it. So you will want to make sure to snag up these stacks if you wanted to get the full collection. We do have bolt yardage available of these still, but I was not able, they only printed enough for us. So it was one of those amazing collections that just came and sadly went. And we did order quite a bit, but apparently not enough. So make sure to scoop up this. It is $54 for the pack, and we have, oh, maybe 6 packs still available. So let Tammy know if you need one for you, or you can hop onto our website and grab one as soon as possible. And Tammy put a link up there for it. Make sure that you know that you can always pick up your orders. And if you use one of the express checkout methods, potentially it doesn't give you that pickup option. You can always leave me a note for pickup, or if you're a local customer, we actually call you if you don't call us first, asking if you wanted to pick up, and then we're more than happy to refund you that cost. So if you're using any of the express checkouts when you're checking out on the website, up on top, it bypasses you that availability to choose your delivery options, okay? It also bypasses any availability if you do the speedy checkout for any club membership discounts. So we always make sure when we process them to take care of any omissions on our side before you pick them up. All right, other exciting things that came in this week, we have one remaining Sunshine Daydream kit that is not spoken for. So Frank, let's look overhead. So this is the long-awaited reimagined kit. So designed by Stacy Day, reimagined by Tula, and this has the Daydreamer flamingos in the center. So this particular quilt kit it's a beautiful dahlia style, had been originally released with the moonbeam, with a different fabric collection that escapes me. Tammy's laughing at me. So this is a very sought after pattern that has not been released separately and only available in these FreeSpirit kits. So we have one remaining. Hop, skip, and jump to get yours. $239.99 for that, and it includes 13.5 total yards of fabric, as well as the full color instruction booklet, full-size foundation sheets, which are really amazing, full-size template sheets, and your binding fabric is included. Backing is not included. You would want 4.5 yards of standard width fabric, or I believe 2.25 yards of wide back if you were looking to do a wide back on that. So beautiful fabric, beautiful kit, and we have one for you today. More exciting things that are coming up is that we have our butterfly kits kitted. Yum, yum, yummy, yummy, yummy. And we are going to start talking next week about a butterfly quilt along. So you still have time to pick up your pattern to be able to play along with that. So this particular quilt finishes 988 by 94, and it is a sampler that is set on an irregular set. So the kits that we put together are exactly the fabrics that Tula had envisioned and imagined in her recoloration. What could be super, super fun is in your version to include some things that are unique to your quilt, and maybe include some of your Tula treasures from along the way, that you can fussy cut some things that would make it completely, utterly unique to you. And of course, any leftover basics that you have, well, they're Tula basics, and so you can never have enough of those. So the butterfly kit is $19.90, or what are we asking me to do, Frank? $199.99 is the butterfly kit. And are we looking ahead at me? Okay. And hello. And the pattern is $27.99. We don't have the butterfly quilt kit quite on our website. There's a little confusion right before the show. Let us know if you need one. Roberta, we have one for you, and Linda, you were so patiently waiting for yours since the beginning of the year, so it is ready for pickup, and we will see you soon. So we'll talk a little bit more about that next week. For our toes in the sand, we always talk about that on our second week, but Frank, let's look overhead. And so for block 9, especially since Julie Herman has posted hers already, we thought we would include ours. So this particular block went together really, really, really well and really easily. And this is the first month that we are going to be using the jewel shape. So that is the elongated hexagon, right? So it has the hexagon with the extra point. So we'll talk a little bit more about this one. And in the particular fabric pack, you do have enough fabric to make 2. If you wanted to make the double blocks for your queen, Jackie had verified you do need to pick up a little bit of extra fabric for both this one and this one to get your double blocks out of it. Okay, so some of you may have some of those fabrics left in your stash. Also, you know, what is completely possible is that if you have other fabrics that are Tula fabrics that are similar shading, go ahead and, you know, make more blocks with colors just in that same color range to make your own quilt. All of your toes in the sand packets are ready to pick up if you are participating in that program. Other Tula things to talk to you about. We shared last month about the Tula threads that were new. So we have received the large box in. We are still waiting for the small box. So those of you that let me know that the small box was something that you were interested in, don't worry, that is still on the way. And we have one large box that's not spoken for. It's $156.80. And in the box, you get all of these beautiful, beautiful, beautiful threads, which are just so gorgeous, including Tula's favorite piecing color, which is 2843. This very soft mint color, which is the background color of that butterfly quilt. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. A couple of you have sent me an email asking about the Tula stickers. The Tula stickers are something that you get exclusively from Tula, And those are super amazing. I don't know if there's any left, but those collector's items I know go super, super quick. But that brings me to another question, because everybody has stickers now. So are stickers something that you collect? And if it is something that you collect, is it something that you're looking to have Patchworks have some original exclusive patchwork stickers? No promises, just curious if that's something you're even interested in. You know, Tula had mentioned in her video this past week that her 12-year-old self just loves the stickers. And I think back, and actually in Frank's office at home, I don't know if he knows this, but my sticker collection albums, he's nodding his head, yes, my sticker collection albums are there. And you know, my niece came to visit this summer and I didn't even let her use any of the stickers because they're just so awesome. I don't know why I keep on holding on to these stickers that are, well, a little, I've had them for a day or two, don't know. But they are fun, and so I hope that if we would make stickers that you would use them. And so let me know if that's something that's interesting to you. All right, any feedback on that, Tammy?
Yes, Roberta would love patchwork stickers. I also love stickers. Robin loves stickers.
Okay, well, Tammy is saying that everyone loves stickers. So I think 3 people have said they like stickers so far. Everyone loves stickers. So we'll see what we can do. No promises, but we'll see what we can do. Tammy's super excited. She's salivating over there.
I've got some ideas.
She's got ideas. Oh, goodness. So let's talk a little bit more about black and white inspiration. You can see the beautiful quilt that I have behind me. It doesn't happen to be FreeSpirit, but I was just thinking and gathering all the FreeSpirit, or all of the black and white things that we had, because really I think that I had black and white on the brain, as well as, you know, for a while we weren't seeing a lot of black and white prints being made. Sometimes we see trends in the industry. It's definitely a classic graphic theme of the black and white, but sometimes we don't see it so often in fabric. And so it's definitely had a resurgence again. We still have a few more of the gorgeous Kim Schafer hip to piece squares patterns in the American Patchwork and Quilting June magazine that we got a bunch of, so that we had that pattern, and a few more of the kits all packaged up, ready to go. So in here, it has all the fabric that you need. So we have the picture, and then the black and whites, white with blacks, black with whites, and the different colors all in 2.5-inch strips, as well as the binding for that. So that kit price is $139.99, and you do need the pattern for that. Let us know if you needed that. And if you had just wanted strips, we do have extra sets of the strips. So it's a 50-piece strip set, which is more than what a normal jelly roll or such would be. So it is 30 white with blacks and 20 black with whites. Really nice combination, 2.5-inch strips ready to go. So that's available on our website and in store.
Diane said that black and white, I'm going to put this on. Diane said black and white quilts are so good for baby quilts, and she's right, it helps with their brain development.
So Tammy's just talking about, and I think we have the post up here, that the black and white is such a great color combination for baby quilts. And so if you remember, there actually had been a very popular brand about 10 years ago called Baby Geniuses, and maybe it still is a thing. So black and white is the first really differentiation that infants can see before all their eyes are completely developed to be able to see the colors. So if you're looking to stimulate that infant, black and white can really be a stunning fabric combination. And right now, boy, we have so many options for you to make some stunning black and white quilts. So thank you for that. This is a gorgeous cave piece here. So it's black and white with a gorgeous piece here of pink. And this is where I was inspired for my heart. I'm just going to quick pick up that heart that is down below. So it's not a perfect color match, but this was, I just happened to have a scrap of this solid, and I was just thinking that's where I was inspired to incorporate the pink because of this piece. And we had a wonderful customer who came in earlier this week, and she picked up 4 yards because she makes really fun tablecloths for her decor, and so she was making a fun tablecloth with that fabric. Can't wait to see what that looks like. Other black and whites here. So this is from Scaredy Cat by Rachel Hauser and Hauer. I had seen somewhere else that September 1st is the beginning of spooky season. And so I couldn't pass up talking about black and white and maybe a little bit of orange here. And so now it's time to think about all of your Halloween projects. If you're looking for a black and white quilt pack, this is one of the more recent quilt packs that we got in, and these are the gorgeous onion rings. So I don't have the onion rings in on the 45-inch right now, but I do have them in the wide back, and this is that really luscious sateen feel. So it's really, really nice, and we do have enough for, oh, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 people to be happy and have a quilt pack out of. So we have that. Other black and whites that I have to share with you. We have the Patrick Lose, and I don't know, we might have looked at this a couple weeks ago, but I just wanted to share with you because we have a few new black and white licenses, so I thought, why not share them all with you? And so this is a combination of white on white, white with black, black with white, and black on black. Okay, so Frank, let's look overhead. And I'm just going to quick split these out. You're not going to be able to see the patterns with the white on whites, but they'll show up with the next row here. And all of them, so there's 4 different fabrics with the same pattern, okay? And I don't know if we have them exactly lined up the same, but I can assure you that they are the same prints in the 4 different colorways. So really fun, especially if you're doing one of those opposite quilts. Oops, this one comes over here. Do-do-do, do-do-do. Okay. I'm just now getting like my pattern matching is just going into overdrive here, making sure that they line up perfectly because, you know, I don't want anybody to call me out for having them in the wrong order. Okay, so beautiful fabrics available in bundles and of course on the bolt. So that is really cool, and that's by Patrick Lose. So while not a FreeSpirit, still great black and white. Available in store and online. Next up we have this cool Create fabric line from Moda, and this is by Allie K Designs, and we're going to be featuring this in our Moda University later in the month, but it was too good to not show you since we were talking about all of the black and white. So this is black and white, white on white, and then we also have some gray on white and gray on black. To my right. This right?
Yep.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you. Do you ever say that to this right or to that right?
It's like there's only one right.
Well, you know. So this is a really fun fabric line, and in it we have a really cool panel. So Frank, I'm going to have you show the panel. So this is a panel that has, I had it right the first time. So we have the Create, we have Dream. So we have one this way. These can be pillow panels. They can be making cool things. Really fun. So we'll be showing you different inspiration and things to do with that later this month. But if you've seen this and need to have it, well, of course, come in and grab it or grab it online. We also have a few of the original, because we had ordered more, of the original illustrations panels from Allie K, which have the larger 18 by 20 pieces, which are great for large pillows or to put into a giant quilt. So that's super fun. Then, yes, we have a question.
Yeah. So Diane is asking about the quilt along with next month that Jaybird is doing with the alphabet blocks. Are we getting those patterns in?
So the question is, are we going to be doing the quilt along with the alphabet soup book from Jaybird Quilts? And we have to check to see, we may still have some alphabet soup books in stock, maybe. I was not planning on doing a quilt along per se, but I'd be more than happy to make sure that you have all the patterns and support that you need for that. It's just there's so many amazing quilt alongs to do that we can only actually help and make and facilitate a couple of them.
We do not have any.
So Tammy let me know that we do not have any in stock, and so let Tammy know if you need one, and then Frank with his next order will probably put an order in for a couple. And so just as with any other Jaybird patterns and things, we can bring them in. I think we're still waiting on Sweet Tooth patterns. Did we ever get those in, Frank? Okay, but we have some Sweet Tooth still on order, right? I think. So I know we ordered them. We'll have to double check. And so, but it's always the question, and we love to be your source for being able to get in those things. Another fabric line that just came in, that's black and white with a little bit of red. This is called Let's Partay. Partay. So, Frank, let's look overhead. So, well, you could call this tea or coffee cups, whichever. I love it. So this is from Blank, and Blank is a Jaftex fabric company. And Jaftex is the parent company of FreeSpirit, so it's kind of the same thing. And we have cherries and some tossed teapots. I know there's a few of you who love all the teapots. You can't see the cherries. Okay, so you can see cherries here. And then we have some spoons. Those are super fun. And then we have some teapots and teacups and tea bags. And then, oh, this one's really fun. When's the last time that you've seen tea bag fabric? And then we have some tossed cups. Super cool. And I can also see this working super great with something like that. Isn't that fun? Really fun. Or something like that. Oh, the options are endless. Endless, I'm telling you. So that is Let's Partay. And now we have, what else do we have? In my cart o' fun, you never know. Next up, I have a Forest Critters Fat Quarter Tower. And this is also, I believe, from the Blank Corporation, which is a Jaftex company. And this is super cute. It's not black and white, but it's super cute. And you're going to love it. So, Frank, let's look overhead. So, we're looking for woodland creatures. And we got woodland creatures for you. Look at that. So, it's a directional print, but you have your little deer, fox, owl, bunnies, little hedges. This works really well with some of the other fabrics that we have in store as well. So always nice when things coordinate and work together, or it can work by itself. Some great trees. Then we have some tossed animals. Oh, look at that little skunk. Oh, cute. Okay, now this one might be my favorite. So here, okay, you ready for it? Are you ready? Are you ready? Look at these guys. They're all looking at you. Little raccoon, little owl. You know, I'm sure they all live happily together in the forest, just like that. I can tell you they don't. But let's not ruin the illusion. Some really cool mushrooms. Some cool animals popping out of holes in trees. It looks really cool, but it does do quite damage to the trees. And then this one here, and Frank's laughing at me. Then we have this nice floral. So super cool. These are available in store and on the website, and I think that Tammy has included that link for you. So, other fun things that I want to share with you. Well, we have been moving around the whole store, and so what I'm going to do right now is I just want to give you a little sneak peek, because I know a lot of you have been confused when you walk in. You're like, oh no, where'd everything go? And I just wanted to share with you that we have moved our Christmas, that it's front and center, and then we've also put the Tula in a bright and bold wall so that you can see it boom as you come in. And don't worry, we still have all the solids, but they have been moved into the back area. So I'm just going to hop around, and then I'm going to give you a little mini tour of how we've changed some stuff up. So don't be scared. Still have lots of really amazing stuff, as always. So, are you ready for it? Okay, here we go. So we have a Tula wall now. Oh, isn't this amazing? So I still want to order it a little bit differently, but first up is I had to move all of it. I was inspired by Tula's wall that she had shared of her fabric in one of her videos. So you can see we've been restocking her basics and her solids. So we have all of that, and then we have the Deja Vu of what we currently still have in stock over here. We have some Tiny Beasts coming back in stock, but we do have those ladybugs still in. Okay, so that's there. And then we're going to spin around, and then I just want you to see our Christmas is in the back now. Our batiks are on the side. Okay, wide back still there. In the center, we still have some great sale bundles. We have some Moda collections here, and this had been where the Tula had been, okay? But we just wanted to switch things up for a while. Still have our grunge and our color wall, and then our solids are in the back. So that's what we have going on. So everything is lots of really fun things. So, and then we have Frank hanging out. Got to wave to us, Frank. All right. So now we're coming back here. We can wave at Tammy too. Hi, Tammy. All right. So that's our things of what we have going on here.
Bobby wants to know, where's Tim?
Where's Tim?
No.
Oh, where's Tim? Oh, Tim is, he's right by Frank. Tim is by Frank. Tim Holtz.
Oh yes, Tim Holtz is by Frank.
So Tim Holtz is by Frank, and I'm not going to go back on, but he is on the spinny thing right by Frank. Okay, so front and center. And Kafe is currently on two end caps right by the cutting table with Victoria Finley Wolf on the other end cap. And with the cave that's coming in, we are going to have to reimagine because we're going to have lots more fabric. So it's going to be super exciting. So you're just going to have to buy some fabric. All right. So lots of really fun things coming up. We're going to be talking about the butterfly quilt and Toes in the Sand and Block Bonanza. And then a little teaser of the Home Sweet Holiday quilt along. We'll be talking about all of that next month. We are going to start something exciting. We're going to try it out for a few weeks. We're going to see how you like it. But every Friday, okay, hold on. Are you sitting down? Are you sitting down? Every Friday at 9:30 a.m., we are going to be having a Friday flash sale on one group of items, okay? We are going to be sharing it online, and you'll be able to either buy them online or in store, but we cannot hold them without payment, okay? So if you want to scoop it up, make sure that you pay for it and that you can always pick it up in store. And what we're going to be doing is that we're going to be introducing these fabrics at $7.99 a yard for the grouping of fabrics that we're going to be sharing. They're available for 24 hours at that price. After that, they're going to be bumped up to $8.99 if there's anything left, okay? So, super exciting. We're going to be starting it tomorrow. And so that is at 9:30 a.m. It will be on the front page of our website. It will also be posted as a link on our Facebook and Instagram. So stay tuned, be excited for that, and I hope you enjoy our first selection for our Flash Sale Friday. Super exciting. So for the holiday weekend, we are here tomorrow all day. We are also here on Saturday and just closed as normal on Sunday and Monday, back with you on Tuesday. As always, we have a show for you every single Thursday when possible. And next Tuesday, we will be presenting our blocks of the month. Do we have any other questions here tonight?
I do not have any.
So no other questions here tonight. I would like to thank you for tuning in. Thank you always for your business. I'd like to wish you a very happy Labor Day weekend. Happy quilting, happy end of summer, and we'll see you soon.